So I don't have anybody yet because I just notified them. So I'm just gonna check out the lightning real quick while waiting for our
It's a
viewers.
cool device.
It's just
Oh, I see. I got you.
yeah, it's just our little.
Does it work good?
Yep.
Used it before?
He just made a basket. My husband just made a basket, and
Awesome.
yeah, that lightning was pretty cool.
Oh, that lightning. I thought there was a special name for like
We have a guy
the
named Lightning.
Flash or something. You have a guy named Lightning?
Yeah.
Like an American Gladiator?
No.
Gemini.
No. Yeah, that's awesome.
That would be pretty
That's
sweet to be
very,
named
very
Lightning.
funny. That. Okay, so yeah, I'm just waiting for people. And when they show up, I'll start. I had to Twitter and text. We got a celly for some of the people, and
I want to do Sully so bad, but our people that would do that are like kind of iffy about it. And like,
it has a moderator, so you don't have to let every single thing through. If it's just something like FYI that the moderator should know and make a decision if they're cool with that, that's how you do it.
it's free?
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Selly is, where you can just like I type in at OPDX whatever, for the live stream people. And they've signed me up, so I'm one of the people who can do that. Now, if I send them a message, it doesn't automatically go to everybody who's signed up on text. There's a moderator. And the moderator says, yes, it's been submitted to the moderator, and then they decide, and like in this case, they'll be saying, okay, people who run the live stream show, we have a Ustreamer who's on right now. Then we have another live stream person.
Cool.
There's no viewers right now, so I'm waiting for them. They take a
So
while.
that's everybody that's on
Oh,
live stream at that time, or
This is
everybody
clever.
signs up for it, whether they're on live
don't be
stream or
breaking
not?
stuff, John.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, but it is really
Look what you do.
sensitive. No, I even had it wrong. Okay, so do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that where it says 0 viewers. If we get 1 or 2,
Yeah, yeah.
those are our live stream people probably. And that or they're people who know us. Oh, you know what else? Chat room. So if anybody comes on, tell me.
Will the same link do chat room?
Yeah, the chat room I just hit.
Okay.
Now you can actually see.
So you just want me to tell you, right?
If it's 0 viewers, if it changes to 1, say hi viewer, and then let me know so I come back.
Okay.
I'm gonna just I'm gonna check out where the coffee cups are so I can offer people.
I can do that. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
This is a sweet setup, man. I think it's basically like a phone in a box that they made. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had a camera on there.
Can you get a picture of that? Oh, hi viewer. Oh, they went off. You had one, but they instantly went off. I did, but it was too quick. Hi, viewer. You have one. Hi, this is Ballantyne from Occupy LV, Sunset Activist Collective. Um, you're watching the Vigil live stream. You got that handout, JR? Hello, viewer. There will be people in a minute. They're just gonna go get coffee. What? Okay.
Valentine.
Can I see it?
I don't think you can see it.
Uh,
No.
Hey viewers. Okay, so let's read it.
Okay.
You remember Valentine? You just stand. And Jr. You want to
Yeah.
get up there?
Sure.
Tell me your name again.
Kelly?
Kelly. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So yeah. Hey,
Hello.
Munjin. Yes, we are with live stream, I believe, which is cool. Occupy Portland. So that would be. Uh, no, can't read that. Okay. So we're on opdxlive.org, which is awesome. It is common for people to visualize our society as a pyramid, in which all the power and wealth are aggregated toward the few at the top. We prefer the more radical view, in which a thin roof is supported by multiple pillars. Each of these pillars is a community of one kind or another, some professional, some regional, and all of these pillars are made up of individuals. As the roof becomes heavier and heavier, it becomes clear that the true power is in the pillars. The problem of our society have come from the top down. The solutions will come from the bottom up. And then it says, revolution has already begun. Join us. OccupyLV.org. So you guys know Occupy LV, Las Vegas. You
Yeah.
know Valentine.
JR. And this is Kelly.
Kelly, come here. Kelly, say hi.
I thought I was on camera.
There you are. Yeah, yeah. But now you're in the center. This is the new guy. So come together here and tell us. Now, Valentine and Jr. You were here for a couple months, and we
Yeah,
can see all three of you
This
guys.
is like my 8th day in total, but I've been here 3 times.
So I was here during February, I
You
think.
just got the
March.
most experience.
I was here for 2 months. helping-
Ah,
learning
right.
and helping out whatever I can with my artistic abilities.
They say, so you're radicals? This is our friend, by the way. So anything that Moonjin says, we have to wonder. What's up, you guys? Let's
Yeah.
see. Celebration. Hi. Hi. Okay,
Hi.
so that's the other viewer that we know of. We also have viewers on the live stream channel. Usually, when I see Moonjin, it's because he's the moderator or whatever you call it on live stream. Hey, Pablo.
Hey, what's up?
Good.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, it has. It has. So, you know
How's it
JR
going?
and Valentine from Vegas?
I
And,
met them yesterday, actually.
Oh, really? That was the first time?
Hope I'm not walking in front
This
of
is
the camera.
Kelly. Yeah, you know Kelly. This is our Pablo interview with Pablo, and also a song or two that we have on here. Have you even seen?
I have seen, actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn, it sounded so much better live. That's all right.
Okay, you guys get back in there. We're talking to Vegas here.
Alright.
All right,
I'll let you
so
continue your interview.
tell me about this. Tell me about what this means. We read it. Now, what does it mean?
That's a page that's come out of our zine that we'll be putting out shortly. It's actually needs to be printed off. We're going up and down the coast. Our first stop was San Francisco and Oakland. We met people there. Then we went to Eureka and we stayed there for a bit. And now we're here. Next stop is Tacoma, which will be tomorrow for me. So we're just going around meeting the different groups up and down the coast.
Yeah, getting to know what everyone's up to and showing that, there's activists in so-called Vegas, where activism is really dead, really.
Do you feel like activism is dead in Vegas?
Well, there's plenty of groups like Food Not Bombs. They've been around for a while, and also there's Mecha. They're Latino activists. They've been around the 70s, and also Nevada Desert Experience. They are nuclear activists. They're from like 70s, 80s. So
Wow.
There's a history of activism.
there's a
in
history,
Vegas.
but
I have a
very
question
small.
for the viewers. Which viewer? Because we lost one. It was right after I teased Moonjin, and I really hope I didn't chase him away. So, roll call the two people that were there. I want to know. Say
Go back,
hi.
Moonjin.
Is it Celebration or is it Moonjin Cakes? So anyway, I'm just curious because I didn't want to offend my friend. Yeah, I didn't want to offend my friend because I was kidding. But anyway, okay. Now we have no viewers.
Oh, they hate us.
And then one again. I don't understand. Now two. This is very weird.
Who knows?
I don't know.
They're
Okay,
going
well, we'll
back
just
and calling
continue
people on
and
the
pretend
phone.
like they're there all the time. Look, he's taking a picture of us. Ah, that was really wild. That's right. Okay. Okay. So how is Occupy right now
In
in
Vegas.
Vegas? What is it?
That
Um,
depends on who you talk to.
Okay.
well, to my view, it's going all right. You know, everyone's broken into their groups, and everyone has their own ideas and ways to make the world a better place. And you, it started out with Occupy, and it began with Occupy was big in the beginning, and everyone was coming together. Occupy brought us together, and but in the very beginning, we were set up by the Democratic Party for their own goals, their own believing in within the same system, and I believe that you cannot create change within the same idea, the same system. You must get rid of this system and create a new system that is better for everyone. I believe. Well, they are reformists, thinking that this system is the way to go. Capitalism, yay, you know.
Right.
But like,
Right. Right.
I think
Hey,
it's
viewer. Thank you,
yeah.
Celebration. I don't know anything about performance. All I can tell you is that Interview with Pablo and songs by Pablo are on the Ustream channel, which you are on. So if you go into the archives, you can hear Pablo sing. So sorry for the confusion. And back to JR explaining. So the Democratic Party took. Now it's not like they commandeered or what do you call that where you glom on. It was
What they
already
did
from the
is
very beginning.
when Occupy Wall Street first started, when Occupy Wall Street first started, somebody in the Democratic Party got the idea to go out and start other Occupy groups to kind of co-opt it before it even started.
Co-op. That's the
They
word.
wanted to get in front of it and make sure that it wasn't legitimate Occupy groups.
Okay.
And that some probably half of the original organizers in Vegas were basically Democratic front members.
Okay.
And there was a major split in early November. Uh, they tried to set up a nonprofit and basically get their own people elected. And the more radicals went back to the drawing board. We went back across the street to the college. For a while, we were doing a circle, kind of a spokes council of our own. But we noticed that that was kind of like stifling things, so we stopped really doing GAs all the time. We stopped doing spokes councils weekly. We do a monthly kind of get together potluck, and we had our first one last month. As far as meetings go, it's whenever you have an action, you go to occupylv.org and you call an action, where you call for people to show
So
up.
occupylv.org is just really the site
Yeah.
where different groups post their meetings and actions.
Okay.
So
If you
yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
me, you'd say I would tell you there is no Occupy in Vegas. It's it's the name of the website, and it's
But
evolved
yeah.
from the original Occupy into the affinity groups that congregate on the website.
But even though
Nice.
even bad or good or what happened in the beginning, I see as Occupy. Without Occupy, I would have never met. I wouldn't be here. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Occupy is which brought us
I think
together,
Right.
and
I,
now keeping the word Occupy is really what we make of it. You know,
Right.
and to
yeah,
show to the public
it's
what
a
it
mindset and
is.
it's a tactic. It's
Yeah.
You mind what?
mindset and a tactic.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
yeah.
It's
Occupy
not a group.
is yeah,
But
Occupy is really
I think
I see it's very a common like in the news and everywhere. Occupy people are like, oh,
Who's
Occupy.
the leader of Occupy?
I
That's all.
know.
I love that one.
Occupy.
Who's your leader?
You know, I
Yeah.
like that that's the way it is, that like
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Occupy the movement gets the attention, because then your groups that are out, your different affinity
Hi,
groups
viewer.
don't get the heat, and it's all talked about as one movement.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think like
Good and bad.
the actual like the downside of it is we lost a lot of the numbers, but the
Yeah.
upside of it is a lot of really good organizers got connected to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Before
Hardcore.
And a lot
Occupy,
of
it was
yeah,
like six
a lot of the
people,
numbers are
kept
down, but
running
the
into.
people that are still there are really quality.
We got about
Absolutely.
50 people at any time that participate, but never on the same day because of their work schedules and everything, personal problems. Um, I think
Get back over there, JR. We can't see you.
Portland does a lot for us. We took a lot of
Yeah.
our ideas from our travels, from from Portland, brought them back to Vegas to try them out.
Really? What'd you
Nice.
try out?
Spokes
Well, we
Council.
tried Spokes Council. We attempted Feather. We did the Bradley Manning action with you guys.
Nice.
Um, Mayday. Mayday wasn't an idea we got from you, but we were definitely thinking about Portland and the events going on there.
Yeah.
So
Dance party.
that's really
We haven't done it, but
but you're
We're
you're
thinking
got it
about.
brewing.
maybe.
Yeah, the heat came down on the dance party. That was a shame. So I'm not quite sure about what points in May Day, but I was watching video and I was reading and it seemed like it was just
I
really,
would very much like to talk to them about how to make it reach farther.
take a look at um, if you go on the button that I told you about, occupyportland.org, and then you see the vigil button, and it takes you to the WePay, but the WePay has an information site which has all the links for all the stuff that I could put on here. One of the things is David Love's video about this vigil. When you go to that, you'll also have a chance to look at all of his other videos.
Okay.
And one of those videos is a huge one called Mayday. So it's all accessible, but just remember that if you go to the movie, the one I say is like the 17-minute movie about this vigil and this demonstration and Cameron Whitten's hunger strike, there's also other videos that he's done about Occupy that have been really inspirational to a lot of people.
Awesome.
Currently,
So-
we have a team of French cameramen in Vegas. They're going to be there when we get back, and they're going to film. They'll probably film the Mecha action that we have going on the 28th.
So you're working with Mecha.
Well, they show up to some of the same actions as us.
Okay.
We were
We
the
helped them out,
support
too.
of on Mayday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do they stand for?
It's the movement of
It's,
Chicanos.
it's in
for
Spanish,
this.
but
Yeah.
it's basically it's a Chicano student organization.
Okay.
It started back in the 70s, and there's a lot of people getting deported. And
Okay.
It was just basically to make sure the students could finish college.
Okay.
But a lot of our best activists, we've seen cycle through there in some fashion.
Really? Interesting. So to make sure that they get to finish college, and there's barriers specifically to Chicanos finishing college that
Well-
this was addressing?
It has to do with the immigration
Yeah.
Okay.
issue, and it's more than just people in college. It's also like, like whenever there's budget cuts, they always cut like ethnic studies or women's studies first. Um, it's a broad range of topics that have to do with Latino
Interesting.
activists. There's also USIR, which is United Coalition of Immigrant Rights. That's like
So it's all colored.
Well, I'm really proud that you guys have taken some things from us. How did Feather Circle go? Because we haven't been consistent with trying to do Feather Circle, and I want to do it again, but it's
We
been
need some training on it.
Yeah. Well, we could do one, just like a little one tonight for fun.
Try it.
Because I mean,
Vegas is
Do we have a
different.
little feather here?
we use a candle at the vigil for the feather.
We used
It's a
the
talisman.
Sobe bottle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it
We
did
used a
not
random
work.
bottle that somebody had finished drinking.
I can't get people to sit on the floor, like.
Well, it's wet right here.
No, I mean like in Vegas, like it's like, hey, let's all gather around the circle on the floor, and they're like, fuck that, it's dirty.
Wow, we're dirty occupiers here in Portland. So,
Yeah, we get to make.
so something that's happening right here. You've noticed that we're not just on one side of the street anymore.
Yeah.
We're on the other side. We're also wrapped around that side and that side,
That's great.
and
That's
sometimes
good.
all around the building.
What happened?
They tried to tell us to get off the street here.
Wow.
They gave us a passive aggressive document to begin with that says that we can be here, and this was negotiated by Colonel. This is the original, where he's like, we have a right to be. This is our freedom of speech. This is freedom of religion, and so he pressed that issue one, and then they came up with this document that says things like occupiers, occupy participants, vigil participants. There we go. Vigil participants shall no longer climb City Hall.
What? How
Like
long ago was that?
climb City Hall, like we all did that. That's
Climb?
That was
climb.
one guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I met him and he's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh,
That's actually because that
So
document
are
in the
other people
window.
allowed to climb City Hall, or is it
Yes,
just?
Just
because
not
we're no
occupied.
longer allowed if we're a vigil participant, but other people may still climb City Hall.
Is it
So,
occupied
so on the other
Portland?
side, there's one of these, and Troy just climbed up right there,
wow.
and he put up a tent and a Christmas tree that was lit.
Dude, that's brilliant.
It was awesome. It was
He's
awesome.
like a grappling hook, or just like a
No,
spider man?
he just
He's a really
Spider-Maned
cool dude.
it.
He looks like Jerry Cantrell, and he's like,
That's
bomb.
pretty. I mean, they
It was
can't pass a
amazing.
law that says these
So,
certain
so
people
we are no
allowed to
longer
use it.
allowed to, but I suppose you're free to.
because we're in Vegas
Still.
occupied
Well,
for
it says visual
sunset.
participants.
I did take
So
pictures of the
if
people, so I
you don't
probably
consider
can't.
yourself a vigil participant,
So normal
okay. So
citizen
here
could
they are.
climb.
Here they are. They make this big long document with insults, insults, and they put it inside in the front. And like one of the insults was, you will no longer pee in Terry Shrunk Plaza. Okay, people do that,
Did
or
it
they
actually
had.
say pee or urine?
Urinate, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If you go down to the loo and it's closed, that's 7 blocks. If you go down to
Uh-huh.
the next loo and it's closed, that's another
Absolutely.
10
Do
blocks.
they have
Right?
a designated
And if
place
you
you're not allowed to
and
crash?
they closed all the public restrooms.
It's ridiculous.
So
That's like
now
Eureka.
in Portland,
Dude,
that's
Eureka's.
a houseless person's issue
Right.
that they don't have any bathrooms open except for these $58,000 loos for one person, which guess what happens when it rains? Somebody sleeps in there, or but anyway, so those will be closed. If there's any mechanical problem, they close. They're always closed when I go down there. So anyway, so it's pretty upsetting that you have no 24-hour restrooms, and yet they used it as a platform to make us look bad, and they put that in the middle of City Hall, for everyone to read as well. But it also says you can be here, you can be there. They have a landscape diagram, professional drafted. They actually paid people to do this thing. Now they've got another document off to the side, and it says, various things of interest. Don't smoke pot, don't drink, don't have sex. So whatever one person in the city does on these sidewalks, whatever, and they get a complaint for, they display it and put it up here.
Wow.
And
He like don't curtsy.
yeah, well, okay, so there were problems. We have always asked to not be special as far as the law.
Right.
If people do things in public space, there's nothing stopping cops from saying that's not legal. There's nothing stopping security from telling people this or that is against our property and, enforced, or whatever we'll call the cops. But the police send people from under the bridges when they clear them out and destroy those camps here. And then, just like at the camp,
Yeah.
there wasn't enforcement. So, hey, Buddha. And then they cleaned the streets, and everybody was like, "Oh no, they're trying to shut us down." Well, we asked them to clean the streets. Then they said that we caused rats. Homeless people don't cause rats.
Wow.
Food doesn't cause rats.
Rats are
Population
born from other
cycles
rats.
and certain factors that they have over there, which may include those brick things. But we had this article called Ratlandia, and it attempted to have people blame us for the rats. Okay, so all of these things,
Damn, that's
The
terrible.
environment.
it's pretty. It really gets you. Recently, they had this glowing like thing about Sam Adams in the Willamette Week. About, I mean, it was just like such a kiss-ass piece of work. It was really amazing, talking about how we caused all the damage in the parks. We didn't cause any damage in the parks, okay? But it was out of hand, and
That's
at
what
the
they
end,
do.
and guess what? The city, TPI, Transitional Projects, this is a corporation, but it's helped by taxes or something, sent people here. They doubled the size of our camp. Then they wouldn't do any services here. I personally went out to Outside In and asked them if they could do something about needle exchange or cleanup or talk to these kids, because we got this problem now. They said no, it's political, and I was really disgusted by that. That was from the very top. They would not do anything. They said it was a border that they wouldn't cross, and that was a political move, in my opinion. Ignoring borders is non-political. Calling this a political border when we had two. Anyway, so that's what we're up against. So guess what happened when they cleaned the streets And then they said they're going to be really hardcore on enforcing laws after they put out this document that was really nasty about every complaint that anyone's ever seen here. You know, as if all of us do these things. We didn't come back over. There was a news reporter that was waiting for us all night to see us try to take back this little area after we ourselves cleaned it, and then they went and cleaned it as well. We didn't, because now we've spread, and we have blankets, we have tarps, we give them out, we take them back, we wash them. You know, we have food,
Yeah.
stove, and those things are all around now. So there's a chance that this tactic will be used. All of our stuff is mobile, so we can go anywhere. We're learning, you know. So anyway, this tactic right now, by spreading us out and saying how, we never ask them to not enforce the law. We have people coming in from all over the city because police won't wake you up here, and they're coming as a refuge because they're sleep deprived, and we take care of people, and they appreciate that, and they bring more people. So law enforcement in this case, if it's not discriminatory, if it's, you know, anyway. So
I think it
that's
looks
pretty
a lot
cool.
better. I mean, it's
Yeah.
there's more people
There's
than the
more
one time
people,
I
there's
came
less
down.
mess. Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
It
People.
looks like you're winning.
We are. We are. And we have to thank, the police for sending people here. And we have to thank, the mayor's office for drafting a document that said don't have sex or don't smoke pot or whatever it was, because we.
Where are they supposed to have sex?
Okay, so let's talk about that, because that was, there's a lot of things also. They talk about stockpiling your possessions, and these are houseless people.
Right.
And you're not supposed to, according to the sidewalk rule, you're not supposed to have your possessions with you for more than 2 hours in one space unless you are a demonstrator. We're obviously demonstrating against, treatment of houseless individuals, and
Right.
for right to assemble, for freedom of speech, for our Fourth Amendment right to have possessions. So we are demonstrators, and we can be here. And if anybody tries to say that they can override our rights with sidewalk maintenance laws, we're going to take it up and up and up. We just won in court. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Mr. 60 actually won, found not guilty.
Wow.
And all the other folks who went through, I think, the NLG, they were dismissed.
Right on.
After being dismissed, the next step is lawsuit. So the city's upset that however much money was spent to beat us at a dance party or whatnot, because they were afraid of anarchists. It came out in our document discovery that that was why they sent 200 policemen over a 50-person march or whatever, is they were afraid that anarchists were going to do something. I don't know what. So, and I don't think they have a definition of anarchist in mind, really,
Yeah.
except a person who does something illegal because they don't like police. I don't know what they think, but
Luigi Bellini or something.
that was their justification. That was their fear leading them. And then they got all amped up and they decided to beat people with bicycles and clubs. And. So
It
we
was
had
on
all
May
that.
Day?
No, it's been throughout.
Oh, okay.
But the discovery motion was for May Day, February 29th, and the original Chapman Lonsdale. Actually, May Day still may be coming up. I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, so at least 2 have been done, maybe 3, and we're winning. There's some police. See, I do not have internet right now. I have Wi-Fi. So they're walking by. Can you go? Can you go look? Because I cannot. Can you go look and see what they're doing? I think they're just walking by,
They're
doing a
just
walk
walking
by.
by.
Okay, well, just make sure and pay attention to what's going on here,
Um,
because we can't move.
well, they don't know that it's not. Well, there's probably one dude watching it. We've had that problem where, we showed up a anti-shell gasoline protest, and they were waiting for us. I mean, and we don't get beat up by the police, and we don't have arrests really. It's because of the tourism. They're afraid to touch us. They don't want to, have tear gas deployed on Fremont Street or something. So they treat us with kind of kid gloves, but we ever so carefully push that envelope whenever we can.
Yeah, this has been a slow and steady thing. You've seen. You were here. You were
I
here
was
when there
here
was
in
like what, 10 people,
December and April.
and then you came here and there was
And
like
he was here
20 people.
in.
I was part of the Houseless Caucus during that
Yeah.
time.
Are you
Yeah.
coming back to Spokes then? Are you? How long are you guys going to be here this time?
I'll be here near
At
the
least the
end.
25th.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere
I'll be leaving tomorrow and they'll be staying here.
You're leaving, so you're
to
But I'll
continuing.
come back, yeah.
Okay. So, okay, so 25th. Today is the 19th.
I think
Yeah.
that's
So you
Wednesday
would
the
miss
25th.
Spokes. So you wouldn't be able to come back to the Houseless Caucus.
Um,
Darn
Well,
it, because
we
we had
don't
Spokes
have to
tonight.
leave the 25th. What day is it?
Today's the 19th.
No, I mean, what day does the supposed happen?
It would be 7 days from today. So I don't know what that
That's
is.
Thursday.
26th?
We can stay until the 26th.
Isn't it the
But
26th?
we got to be back in Vegas the 28th.
should talk about Zappos
Do
about.
you know what tomorrow
Oh,
is?
Huh?
it's the 20th.
Yeah, but I mean, do you know? I'm sorry, I totally led you. Do you know what tomorrow's event is here?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Cameron Witten one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
Yeah.
on 50th
yeah.
day.
They'll be here for that.
Do
I
you know
have to
who
leave.
the speakers are?
I've heard
Who's
Code
the
Pink.
speaker?
I didn't know that one.
Well, I'm not sure that. I
What?
just
Code
heard that.
Pink?
I don't know
That
that that's the
Tomorrow?
case. I don't
Yeah.
want to throw that
Coming
out
to
there.
the rally?
Yeah. You don't know?
I have no
I
idea.
know of the two mayoral candidates that are in the runoff still. We didn't elect a mayor yet. They're running off. We have those two.
Really?
We have a couple of people who have already been activists, Ajamu and Kate Lore, with Occupy, but doing their own thing. She's a clergy, let's see, and then he's been all sorts of civil rights for a long time, radical.
Okay, I remembered why I said Code Pink. I have no knowledge of her coming down. It was that somebody was telling me about a book signing that they had been to recently. So
Okay.
that's why I got that.
Oh, okay. And then we also have Ibrahim from Right to Dream 2.
Okay, I've heard of Right to Dream.
Right to Dream 2, I actually
Yeah, I
have a
slept there
video that
once.
says R2D2 doors. So you might want to check that video out.
Oh yeah.
You slept at Right to Dream, so
Yeah,
how
once.
was it? Let me
It
get you
was
on camera. So
it
what
was
was Right to
good.
Dream like?
It was interesting. You know, it was a camp tents and all that, and they gave us a sleeping bag, and it wasn't so bad. You know, as long as you're not getting wet, that was
Yeah.
the main point.
So that was a rainy night.
Yeah, that was a rainy night.
Yeah. When we as individuals go over to Right to Dream, um, thank you, Moonjin. Thanks for being a good sport when I was making fun of you. I was just kidding. Anyway, um, he's not mad at me. He put up our WePay link. So when we go over there, we don't go, "Hey, I'm with Occupy. This is Occupy. We're occupying." You know, we just are people.
Right on.
They know who we are. You know, you can just say, I was sleeping at City Hall and it started raining when I come in. But they have to preserve some political lines with their nonprofits,
I
you know,
see.
so we try
Right on.
not to overwhelm with that, you know. So you went as an individual and you were
Yeah,
dry.
me and Paul. Me
Paul.
and Paul.
Oh,
Antonio told
really?
us about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. RTD2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul, like about what,
About like,
50?
huh?
50 years old or younger?
He just turned 40.
Just turned 40. Okay, different
Yeah,
guy.
at that time. Yeah.
Okay, different fella. Okay, so
You remember him, right? It was me, him.
oh,
from
you
Vegas.
mean from Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Paul from Vegas. I have to see a picture before I'll remember because I know I met him. Okay, so now they've changed Right to Dream.
Oh, really?
Now it's more like giant canopies where people sleep underneath
Oh,
in flat area.
cool.
So
Because like when I remember there was a lot of tents, and it was like kind of bumpy the
yeah,
surface, and also I not even though we were in the tent, we got kind of wet. So somehow I don't know how, but yeah, it's kind of. But still, it was you still had like tarp, like it's ceiling, but covering. You're not soaking wet.
well, Colonel who began the vigil right there. He made these sleeping platforms. Were you here when he did the demonstration with Matt, where they put these pallets that were body size? He called them sleeping mats. They raise
Oh.
you off the ground,
Yeah.
keep water going underneath you and
Oh wow.
cold from conducting,
Yeah.
into the ground from the ground. Um, anyway, they arrested them as predicted.
Damn.
Colonel is in the fight in the courts, and he's got two constitutional lawyers. Probably going to win that right back to not call something like that a structure.
Right
That's the
on.
basis that they come after people for putting a tarp over a garbage can and sleeping next to it so that it sheds water. They say anything that holds anything is a structure.
What?
And so they're calling, and in the code it says such as a building. It doesn't
Right.
say anything that holds anything. So they're making these sweeping choices
Just to
about
make you
law
challenge it. In
to
order to
make
get better.
people apparently have water get into their sleeping bags and be at risk of hypothermia.
They want
It's
us to
really
die.
sad.
Yeah.
So that whole structure thing is a fight that we're also probably going to win, I believe. Yeah. So anyway, all those actions are taking place. So when you were here, um, if Right to Dream were to have pallets, I don't know, maybe you wouldn't get as wet.
Yeah.
I would think it would
Well,
roll
they.
underneath.
I'm pretty sure they had pallets. But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
It's
now they
much
have these
different now.
areas. They have a men's area, a women's area. I don't know what you do if you're
Um,
married, if you're split up or
yeah,
whatever,
we
but it's
we
to be
drove
it's
by
for
there.
safety.
It looked different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a smoking area for our
Oh.
clients, he says. It was really cool.
Right on.
Like they have restrooms, they have the outhouses there. They have a cooking area.
I was during that time when they were doing the end camping ban, the march
Yeah,
end
yeah.
camping ban. I did the flyer for that.
You did that?
Yeah, and
Nice.
also some of the banners. Mr.
Yeah.
60 made the wood and banners, but I painted some of them.
Have you seen their carts yet?
Cards? No.
He made those too.
Cool.
We raised money for that. He donated for that, his own materials, and a lot of crappy labor. Like he hated it, but anyway, he was happy to do it, and that was amazing gift. So we have these crates. They are on wheels in order to have the sidewalk structure law not apply. But we also have something on our side that says demonstration is exempt from some of these laws. So we're about ready to have possibly somebody try to say you can't have these structures. And we need to put together some language about what exactly our reasons for having those rights to these are. But they have First Amendment stickers on them. They have our 99%. They're going to have language about the Fourth Amendment, right to property, not being seized.
We
And
ran into a similar thing in Vegas, kind of. There's this situation where we have an arts district down in the downtown corridor of Vegas, which is where I'm from, and there's a company called Zappos, it's a shoe company, been bought out by Amazon, that works hand in hand with the city.
Yeah, city is corporate.
The city sends out cops to say, hey, you got to rent cops for your security, like basically pay for the police twice if you have more than 100 people. Zappo's got them to pass this law, right? And you can't buy private security. So if you don't buy the security, the Metro, um, they will pull your permit to have a business.
So that's how like we had First Fridays, and there's a art factory,
Hmm.
and that art factory has been shut down now because they can't pay because the hiring the police is like
Be 1,700 bucks a night
1,700
to
bucks,
hire four of them at $60 an hour or something.
and they don't do nothing.
maybe we could hire some of Dick Cheney's mercenaries instead.
Right? The Blackwater.
Well, Zappos literally bought City Hall.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they bought the old building
Yeah,
of City Hall,
and
and
made
then
it their
new City Hall
headquarters,
was
and
made.
they built a new city hall
It's very symbolic.
made out of glass.
Actually, I think it's time for our segment on this show.
All right,
This is called Who's Pulling the Strings of City Hall?
right on.
Okay, ready? Here's City Hall. We did this a lot. All ready?
Yeah, I get it.
You know who that is, right?
Ta-da.
Wells Fargo.
Wrote it down.
Look.
Sorry.
Actually, Wells Fargo is really funny to me because we took one of those carts. There was a problem
I
because
think I've heard
I
about this. They called the bomb
promised.
squad.
No, they called the police and said, because I put the cart as an experiment, because we needed more carts, and I was trying to negotiate with City Hall to not be afraid that we were going to break out into 1,000 carts, because he was just so scared that we would, and then everybody in the city would, and carts would be everywhere. And I was like, you know what? You can't make your codes tighter just of all of the fears of the things that you think might happen next. Stop doing that. You know, you're making a code where I can't take a step left or right or stay still. That's not right. But anyway, security guy was afraid of that, and I said no. Right at this time, we're not gonna try to get a lot of carts around here. Um, so we looked into some options, and as a test, I put one next door at Wells Fargo on their bicycle staple. And in the morning, the cop comes over, and he's like, they called us, the security called us, you know, the independent company security called us. They're afraid it's a bomb,
Wow.
or it could be a bomb. And he's like, you know, because you guys are picking on Wells Fargo a lot. And I was like, yeah, but that's not a valid. You know that it's. I mean,
There's no precedence for people to have large moving things. Almost everybody in the city owns some sort
Where's the
of large
bomb
mobile
rolling?
device.
yeah,
You know?
food cart could be a bomb if it's
Right.
parked in front of Wells Fargo and it says occupy on
Any
it.
one of
Occupy
these
your hamburger
cars could
with
be.
ketchup, and then it's a bomb. Yeah, no, I mean it was really offensive, but it was also kind of funny because that's their perspective. It's similar to what we, you know, just talking about with the police, where because we had 200 people, that was the cutoff line where they would bring in a ton of people and not let them be on sidewalks or on the street or whatever they decided we couldn't be. That they were going to, you know, apparently beat us with bicycles and so forth. They're weapons. Those bikes are weapons. That's how they're used, and clubs. It was because they were afraid of anarchists. You know, I mean, anyway, and
We are
oh
rather
boy,
scary. So.
Anarchists.
yeah. Well, we have, you know, an anarchy hub, I guess, in Portland. There's a lot of people with that philosophy, and they are very different. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no big code. They don't have a meeting and a hierarchy on deciding who gets to call themselves an anarchy
Everyone's
It's
unique.
and
very
what it
fluid.
means. Because wouldn't that be funny if there was a law about how to be an anarchist? You know,
Right.
so we know a lot of diverse people that say that they're anarchists. Been rather surprised, but I guess the lack of a hierarchy is probably a definition, right?
Well, yeah.
No
We do actually
archy,
have meetings in place.
no archy. Does anybody say you can't be an anarchist because you're?
You have
Can
to
you get?
wear some sort of anarchistic hat or shirt.
Or beard.
Yeah, your beard has to be a certain length for that, yeah.
It's not nice to do that to me, you guys. I'm always like that.
In
It's like shooting fish in a barrel to fool me with
in
jokes.
Vegas
So.
with our city hall problems and the first Friday, what they've done is, and this is kind of
Or
why,
a
like,
beard,
what got me
certainly.
thinking about that was that you mentioned that they weren't going to let you have, things here and there. They ended up telling us that we couldn't hold signs at First Friday
Oh yeah.
for a
Yeah.
while. So like, people started like drawing shit on them. I had what was it? It was
Now,
taste
first
the rainbow
Friday,
piggy. Yeah,
taste of what?
taste the rainbow piggy. And I wrote it like on my belly,
Yeah.
just like Chaz wrote it. Yeah, but yeah, that's like how we got around that was we're like, well, it's a
Well, now,
shirt,
First Friday is an organized street vendor thing. Is
Yeah,
that
and
right?
that's the thing. We're
Yeah,
like,
art festival.
why is it
Art
got to be
festival.
organized? Why do we have to pay for the cops twice? Why can't we just block off the street?
Well,
Like
it
if
was
I pick
originally
up
created
911,
by
But
they're
I
gonna come
mean,
out.
it was
the,
originally created by local artists.
Yeah.
And what it is, all the art shows premiere. Like if it's a monthly art show, that would be the premiere of that art show that Friday.
nice.
And
Now,
so
sorry.
Zappos has come in and they're basically trying to squeeze other local artists out. They're trying to
Mhm.
corporatize it and gentrify it
That's
and just
amazing.
take the life out of it.
They're calling downtown dirty, saying
and
that
it
needs to be
and
fixed.
because of Zappos rule of hiring Metro, the artist has to pay for Metro, so their booths cost like more than they were paying before. They have to pay $70 to have a booth for a night,
It's still Protection Act.
That's
and they don't
similar.
even make that much out of what they sell their art. So it's like, nope. How can they live off of
They did
the?
that to people who were doing vending next door to Saturday Market, which is all the time. It's not just on Saturday. So in the summer, um, I think, as far as I know. Uh, anyway, people who are maybe it's on the weekends. God, I gotta ask. There's Colonel. That's the guy who started
That's
the vigil.
Colonel, right?
Yeah.
Or
So in
maybe
December 1.
he always
So this
wears
whole
cape.
thing about the art, the okay, next door to Saturday Market, we've always had people who do hula hoops and paint themselves and just street art, juggle,
Right on.
and sometimes they sell whatever they're doing, demonstrating. Um, anyway, breakdancers.
Sweet.
So here's the great thing. They were saying that because they were getting tips, they had to have a permit. And I
Yeah,
was like, I'm
we've
pretty
had
sure
that.
if you're a breakdance and you get a permit, you're going to get beat up for that because that's wrong.
We've had
You
that
can't get a
on the
permit for
strip too,
breakdancing.
separate from First
So
Friday.
it's
There'll
like
be people
busking.
that make it up.
Yeah, busking.
People will come down and they'll busk in costume basically. They'll dress up like Spider-Man, or they'll dress up like Johnny Depp or Buzz Lightyear or some shit.
Which the
And
people, the tourists love, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and the tourists love it. You know, you get your picture taken with Gumby for $5, but they're trying to say, well, you don't have a business permit. And they arrested a dude dressed up as Darth Vader over that, and he took it to court and he won.
He won?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, that we should have for now. This was a local court.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so I don't think that would really help us, would it, in
Well, it's the
court?
same
It has to be.
it's the same circuit court. It's ninth, right? Yeah.
So how in Portland could we use that to our advantage as far as our
Well, it would be a
precedent?
precedent. It wouldn't necessarily carry over, but it would
I'm
be something to
making.
consider.
They can refer, right?
Yeah. The thing about it is, on the strip, a lot of the homeless people have no income, and
Yeah.
Right.
they'll go out and they can buy a packet of water. There's 24 waters for I don't know exactly how much, like $8. Then they go out and they sell it for $1 each, and they can make enough that they can actually live reasonably. Some of them can even get like a weekly motel or whatever, so they have a place to live. And the casinos, they sell their water for $5. So the casinos have the cops arresting the homeless people and using, they're
Right.
basically just using the police force as a private security company
Yep.
to make sure that the homeless people
Anti-competitive.
aren't outbidding them, because the homeless people can make a decent wage off of, a $1
Wow.
thing, but the casinos are charging $5 for it. So they want to make sure you have to go into the casino to get that.
Right. Well, I mean, here it doesn't click with me because there is no vendor who makes breakdancing.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not competing for anything. These are entertainers that are providing another draw for that area.
You actually, when you look into it, a lot of times when it's permit stuff like that, you actually find out it's the other vendors, and they're trying to squeeze out competition. That's what they're doing.
Right. But when you have entertainment next to vendors,
Yeah.
it,
With,
it would help the vendors.
Right,
But then there are some things that you could buy next door to the vendors that maybe they feel threatened by.
Yeah,
But
I think it would help.
They'll hit you in Vegas. You get hit with like a noise ordinance or something.
right.
He's making this.
What is that?
It's a coloring book.
I'm like starting small, and I was thinking of, why not a coloring book? This is the front cover, Occupy coloring book.
Nice.
I'm not sure you can
I wish
see
we had
that.
better light. Take your hand out because I was able to. Can we get the candle? You know that candle? No,
wait,
the
let me
candle.
Hey, let me give me the lighter. Yeah, just give me a lighter. I won't burn the
You're gonna
paper.
sit on a
Look,
fire,
no, no,
dude.
like this.
Watch yourself.
Ah, yeah. Here we go.
There
The
you
future depends on us.
go. Yeah.
99%. This is
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's the cover.
Show them
And
couple
here's the next page.
Okay, so. I'm just trying not to burn. So
Okay, just get
he
that
did he did really good with the lighter. Let's try that. Sorry.
Hold
Um,
Here, I'll hold
okay.
it up.
Hello, my name is.
Yeah, this is
The revolution begins within.
Yeah, yin and
Grow, elevate.
yang.
Yeah.
Elevate.
No, I can see this one because it's white
Yeah.
pretty well. Oh, that looks good. That's great right there.
Show 'em a couple more.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay.
And here's the next another page.
Peace and love.
Peace,
Happiness.
love. Dream big on the bottom right
Dream
there.
big. Nice. It's beautiful. Tiara, this is amazing.
He works
Imagine
on these every chance.
Wow,
he
you
gets.
read it
power
easily.
of love moving
Forward.
forward.
With the arrow and wage peace.
Wage
Oh,
peace.
one more. You gotta see this one.
Yeah. This one's
This one's one of my favorites.
Build, organize, educate. Freedom.
freedom.
We shall
Overcome on the
overcome.
bottom.
Tear down the wall of lies.
You see the group
Wage
of
peace.
people.
What is that?
Group of people tearing
Group
down the
of
wall.
people. There's a little guy with the Occupy fist on his
Yeah.
shirt. Fight. Fight
The wall.
the war.
Tearing
And then this says, flow,
Flow
with the wind.
Truth
The truth shall set you free. From
From
sin.
sun up to set up.
From sun up to sun up. Now let me bring this in so that we can see this part a little better.
I don't
Look at
want to
that.
burn it.
Look at that. Amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You got more?
Another page. Last. This is just the beginning.
Be the change. Revolutionary
Art.
art. Revolutionary art.
Yeah. And
Love,
if
life,
you,
balance is important.
if you look closely,
Anarchy,
it's that
peace.
that's that one Disney character. If you look closely.
Oh yeah, Jasmine or whatever.
Yeah.
So are you in trouble now?
No.
Not after the revolution.
Why aren't you in trouble?
Why? What you mean I'm in trouble?
On the copyright?
Yeah.
Copyright?
We don't believe in
We
it.
don't believe in copyrights.
It's sharing is caring.
Sharing.
Okay.
So I love this one. One more time, you guys. So now my video will be taken down. My entire website will be taken down because we had that.
Oh.
What was
Not
it?
SOPA, CISPA. It's
not-
still in the works.
It's not. It's not.
ABC owning Disney.
Copyright is
or
when
other way
it's
around.
exactly the same, and it's
Yes.
not exactly the same. It's my own style. I put the,
You
design.
can't own. You know
It's
what?
not a parody, so I mean, if you
Super-
Parody.
Yeah.
There you
if you
go.
got
Whoever
into a
wrote-
copyright fight,
So-
they
It's not
wouldn't.
the same.
That is
Jasmine
parody.
Aladdin,
And you couldn't
correct?
tell really. Actually,
And
you
Aladdin
couldn't.
is 1001 Nights, Scissorzade, Scheherazade, right?
And Shaq did that one movie that was really horrible.
Shazam?
Where he was an Aladdin, something like that.
That's
he was
true.
a genie. And he came out
And
with
there
a
used to
lamp.
be the Aladdin movie. Oh no, that was Sinbad. Sinbad, where you fought the monster. Anyway, you
They
ain't
should
the
do another
first.
one of those with Shaq.
But all right. But it's a parody. I think that's probably
Yeah,
the easiest
satire.
argument to make. It's really scary though that I have to even think that because you understand what I'm
Right.
saying with SOPA as it was.
Yeah.
Because I understand.
Her name
and
is
maybe
Josephine
Sista even
anyway,
more.
not Jasmine.
Okay.
So
Thank you. Thank you. So what they could do is they could say, here's a YouTube video that has a copyright thing, a copyrighted whatever,
sure if they could.
like a person with Mickey Mouse ears in the background, where Disney did not give permission to have that filmed or something crazy, right? So you have that. They could take down all of YouTube with the provision of this entire thing. They could take all of YouTube.
That sucks. That means
It's
somebody
crazy.
could like drive
But,
by playing
but
a song in
I
their car.
gotta,
or
I gotta
something,
argue
right?
because
Well, you
there's
know,
a
on-
lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
artists.
on
Yeah.
YouTube, you can.
They do
dispute
that here, actually.
You can dispute that on YouTube. If they take it down, you can have it put back up. They have to
We had
actually
to
sue
do
you.
that.
But they're talking about taking down like the entirety
Check
of
out the
YouTube
Sebring Witch
over
Project.
one. You see what I'm saying? This was so sweeping. This legislation would have been so sweeping that they could actually shut down the entire website. So,
Damn.
yeah. So we definitely. And when we fought
Dude, that does
that,
not even look like Jack.
and everyone got negative attention to it, they just made some other thing
Mhm.
that's worse.
Well, yeah, every time it's like CISPA now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a few actions. That's what our shell action was about. It was in no wait. The shell action was UK. We had this 2 month thing for CISPA, but we didn't get a whole lot of it done because it was just a lot going on.
Yeah.
We did something though for it.
Good, because I don't think we've done anything for CISPA. We've done a lot for SOPA. We've done a lot for NDAA. We need to do more, you know. But
Yeah.
it's really scary stuff. Anyway, so
You make
back
me feel
to your missions here. So tell us what you want for like how are we going to interact with these, because you guys are like the regular exchange. We haven't gone down there, I don't believe.
We call this actually the
Kipper.
Vegas Portland exchange, and yeah, we
I
did
love it.
host Kipper, and we did host some people's
Oh, Kipper
market.
came. Okay,
Kipper
because
came through.
see, I knew that she was planning on it,
That's how I
and
knew that story
I
about Wells
called her
Fargo.
You
today.
like it though?
She hasn't been. Her phone's been doing weird things. So
Really? I
the
called her.
last I heard
That's
from her,
so
she lights
weird.
out.
I called her today and said, "Where the hell are you?
Uh-huh.
I know you were down there and gonna be for a while, but
Mhm.
now it's time to come back. I miss you."
No, she stayed at the Sunset House.
That's nice.
She's going to New
So
York.
good we have an exchange going because it
Mhm.
used to be just one-sided. So I'm really glad Kipper's
We'd
representing.
like to see more Portland people down there, but we know that it's far.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
our mission up here is to make as many revolutionary contacts as possible with the local activists here. We've gotten in with quite a few already and formed those bonds, but we could always use more contacts.
Well, let me give you a suggestion.
Mhm.
One thing that you could do, um, get the Twitter page from that link, that same link where everything is.
Okay.
I send out when I'm going to go on Twitter. If you happen to get that tweet and you see that we're going to be on, go on here onto Ustream and get in the chat room.
Okay.
Once you're in the chat room, make sure you mention who you are because sometimes
Sure.
you have an acronym or whatever, moniker, whatever. And then let's start talking to one another across the stream.
Definitely.
Because you can, if you see somebody you recognize, somebody you meet tonight or know from before, I will absolutely take your, conversation over to that person and we can interact that way.
I
So you'll
mean,
always have us.
I got off the phone and I know that at least one of our Vegas people
That's so
was
cool.
watching,
That's
and
awesome.
that would be our tech guy.
Hey, tech guy from Vegas that you're on with. What's the name?
Todd.
Todd? Todd, if you're in the Ustream and you can chat, there's two. There's one that says chat, and then there's one that says social network or something like that. This is the chat room where you can read Moonjin Cakes, who is our live stream rep here, is putting this on. Um, get in there and say hello. So I think you have to sign up. You might have
I
to
don't think
check
he'd have a
in.
problem with that.
You might have to check in with Twitter or Facebook or your Ustream or
We would
whatever.
like more people from other occupies to view our website too, because we have chat capability.
That's occupylv.org.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
let's
we,
get that up again. You had a flyer.
yeah,
Um, the other thing I want to ask the viewers, this is a good time. Let's see.
who's got that later?
So you can read that totally good.
Thanks.
OccupyLV for LasVegas.org. So that's your affinity groups gathering together online. Are you involved in that website, making that happen?
I don't make any of it. I used to think the
Webmaster
internet
Todd.
was in a building,
That's
but
Todd again?
Todd does all that. Yeah.
Righteous. I love you, Todd. So that's very cool. I want to plug our stream right now, guys. The WePay link is see what's it called? WePay.com/donations /vigil TV donation support. I'm sorry, vigil TV support. So WePay.com /donations vigil TV support. Or you can just go to occupyportland.org, click the red vigil button, which takes you to a WePay site. Um, and that WePay site is that page I just mentioned, but it's also our information page and a bunch of links and related items to what we're doing. The reason I'm plugging this for money is because I'm going to switch to Clear. Right now I am tethered to this building on their Wi-Fi. I got into a data plan nightmare with my phone company. Now I'm going to get off of as much data as I can get off of from them, and then I'm going to contest their charge because they sold me a fake, wrong, total BS thing. I am very upset. I've been a customer since 2004 of this phone
That's
company.
like before the internet even.
Yeah. I've been a customer for a long time before the internet.
Right. On the internet since
I
before the
remember
internet.
before, the bulletin board. Heart of Portland.
You grew up in Portland?
I did grow up in Portland. ASCII.
I know there's people that we were told that we should meet if we came up.
Okay,
And
who?
we really want to meet people from Portland Action Lab, and
Yikes! I don't even know anything.
um,
You know who might know?
we want to meet more Cascadians because we love
Ah,
them.
Cascadians I can find. Let me look here.
And
First of all,
any
you know.
anti-capitalist.
Yes. I just saw somebody from.
There was some dude that just rode by and yelled "Free Cascadia."
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, earlier.
Yeah. So, I can sign off and then sign back in.
But definitely, well, I mean, we don't have to do it right now.
Well,
We'll be
let's
up here
just.
for a few days.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the camera rolling in a second. I'm gonna save it, come back, and then I'm gonna leave it rolling,
Mhm.
and we'll see if we can get some of said people to come over
Yeah.
here. So let's do that in just a second and meet your Las Vegans. All right, be right back, you guys.